Not smile, not bubbly. Her edifications are on point. She's like just a stud at the business. She does everything perfect. She's definitely somebody I look up to, even though she's a lot shorter than I am. But please help me welcome to the stage, Rosa, our top associate.
Share my story, so I want to tell you a little bit about me, but before we get started, I do want to thank God for giving me the strength and the courage to continue here after 5 years since October 2012, right? The person that brought me into WFG, it was because of Facebook posts. She couldn't get any messages, but I messaged her. I'm like, hey, I can message you. Can you please message me on inbox me? And then this was actually Sophia. So I'm beyond grateful and thankful since you reached out to me, because you definitely have changed my life, and you actually recruited me into a family. Not only that, but instilling that recruiting mentality, right? And I want to thank Wisely as well, because he's put up with me, right? And that tough love, and teaching me the ins and outs of the business, right? Also Rachel for always believing in me and getting me out of my comfort zone. And of course, we cannot forget Eric, right? Because I'm beyond blessed to be part of the Genesis Empire family, because you know, he definitely sets high standards. I remember back in 2012, people did not survive, only the strong survive, because it is true, right? And because he sets a great personal example. But for those who don't know, I'm actually one of 3 children. I am sandwiched in, so I am the middle child, right? You know, prior to coming to WFG, I have a medical field background. I went to UC Riverside with Abigail and Sophia, but I did not know them at all, right? But my goal was to go into the medical field to become a doctor, right? And I did apply to hundreds and hundreds of jobs, and nobody called me. I was like, what's happening here? So when Sophia posted that, I knew it was a sign. I was like, okay, everything happens for a reason. So, one thing, at first I was so clueless on what we did until finally I caught up, right? It took me a little while because, I wasn't the ideal recruit. Everyone's looking for that rabbit, right? But you know what? I slipped through because the first Wealth Bowl, it really impacted me because someone set it up here. Hey, get in, get good, and don't quit. Keep pushing, right? And I realized WFG is a marathon and it's not a sprint. So keep going, right? And throughout the years, I've actually fallen in love with the mission of what we do for families. No family left behind, right? So Wisely actually said, hey, you have to bring it from your head to your heart, right? So when I sit down with a lot of families, and I started realizing, man, we really do change people's lives, because I started seeing that my friends were helped by WFG. They went to college debt-free because of us. Not only that, but their parents are about to retire with a 7-figure, so that's really exciting. And I've had a friend who's been able to open their own nonprofit organization because of us. So that's really exciting, because imagine if we all go out into the field and help these families, we're going to be able to accomplish their goals and dreams, and also ours for our families. So I realized the importance of what we do, and the possibilities of how we're going to be able to help our teammates and our leadership reach their goals. Because if you push your leadership up, they're going to pull you up with you, right? And right now, my burning desire is to be able to help my family, my parents. I call my dad the robot, because he has a pacemaker. So I've been in and out of the hospital with him. And so, I don't know how long he's gonna be here, right? And so he used to play professional soccer back in Guatemala. And so he loves soccer. So one of my goals is to be able to send him back, send him to Spain so he could actually see a Barcelona and Real Madrid game. And then my mom, she's actually been able to retire my grandma. And so I want to be able to do that as well, right? So I look up to my mom, and so where she doesn't have to struggle financially. So my parents actually came 30 years ago to the US, and everyone, they were saying the American dream is to buy a home. Yes, they've been able to buy two, but not in the nicest place in LA, right? So, you know, right until finally, from last year and this year, since I was in and out of the hospital with them, I'm like, man, I'm not getting any younger, and neither are my parents, right? So it's really, really time to really win big for my family, because I know they deserve it, and I definitely deserve it as well. And I'm really, really, really ready to go back and really kill it, right? And you know, it, like they say, it matters who is next, right? It doesn't matter where you started, it's where you're going, right? But, you know, I've been in YC and Sophia's base shop for the past 5 years, and you know what? I'm gonna claim my dominance, because I don't think you have no one in your base shop that wants it more than I do, right? I'm gonna be your next MD for January 29, 2016. 2018. And you know what they say, hey, where there's the will, there's the way. Because there's nothing more powerful than a made-up mind, guys, right? And lastly, before I get stage, those who stood up at the office that were gonna be the MD, there's a pot going on. Just make sure to have your money ready, because I'm gonna take that pot. So see you at the top, guys.